They've got an outstanding pitching staff. The bullpen is very good. And I think if you look at the series, the overall picture, not very good if you're a Rockies fan. They've given up 28 runs as a pitching staff, and they've only scored 10 runs. It's not very conducive to starting out on the West Coast, particularly when you're playing within your own division. Well, it kills you.
We talked about Pedro Estacio just a moment ago, but a key start for him tonight.
Well, it is a key start. I think the Rockies look to him now to be the stopper in their rotation, a guy that goes out and stops losing streaks, and hopefully tonight he can do that. Been very good against the Padres, 6-2 lifetime.
Well, Woody Williams will go for the Padres tonight as they try to extend their streak to 10. The Rockies will try to stop theirs at 4. Yeah, the Rockies still fighting mad here in San Diego. We'll see what happens. Padres Rockies, the finale of the 4-game series next. Colorado Rockies baseball on Fox Sports Net. Rocky Mountain is brought to you by Brewery Fresh Budweiser, the official beer of Major League Baseball. This Bud's for you. By Eagle Hardware and Garden, more of everything. By Geico Direct, the sensible alternative. And by La Quinta Inns, the next time you're on the road for business or pleasure, make it La Quinta Inn. Dial 1-800-NU Rooms for reservations. Henry Blanco, he's been the caddy lately for Pedro Estacio. He's in the lineup. Let's take a look at it. Brought to you by Eagle Hardware and Garden. Leading off will be Darrell Hamilton, then Neifi Perez. Larry Walker will try to extend his hitting streak to 13, then Bichette. Castilla and Helton, good numbers against Woody Williams, then Abbott, Blanco, and Estacio. Defensively for San Diego, Vanderwall, Owens, and Sanders in the outfield. It's Arias, Jackson, Veras, and Joyner around the infield. Myers behind the plate. And the Checker Auto Parts starting pitcher for the Padres is the right-hander Woody Williams.
Yeah, Williams with the record of 3-5 with a 3.63 earned run average. Williams also was inside of that. Yeah, a little San Diego breeze. Bring that out. He's throwing the ball pretty good. His last outing, 8 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts. At home, 2-1. He likes it at home, 1-4 on the road, so his numbers vary drastically when pitching in this ballpark versus away from home. He was traded for Hamilton last year, who is now with Toronto, and Woody came over here rewarded with a 3-year contract.
Well, you see what Hamilton has done in 15 straight starts. 0 for 1 yesterday as a pinch hitter, which snapped his 13-game hitting streak. Hamilton, though, still hitting .313 on the year and a .370 on-base percentage. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Darrell Hamilton. The Rockies have lost 5 of 6, trying to turn things around here tonight. Check swing up into the crowd. The 4-game losing streak for the Rockies matches the longest losing streak of the year. For the Padres, their 9-game winning streak is the longest in the National League this season. What's amazing about it is the Padres had not won more than 2 in a row all season. Into the gap in right center, going all the way to the wall. Hamilton racing around first, heading for second. He won't stop there. Here comes the relay throw to third, and he is safe at third base. A lead triple for Darrell Hamilton. Well, the Rockies making a statement with a lead triple from Darrell Hamilton here in the first.
Trying to run the sinker down and away. Hamilton out in front, drives this ball out into right center field. Starts thinking 3 here when he sees the ball get out in the gap between Owens and Sanders. Good slide, pop-up slide by Hamilton. Let's see if the Rockies can benefit more than they did yesterday when Blanco led off with a triple and they didn't get him home.
Well, better portion of the lineup, isn't it? Because when Blanco did that, the pitcher was coming up next. And they weren't able to get him home. Here is Hamilton at third base, and Perez with the infield back trying to get him in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Perez yesterday, boy, he struggled. 0 for 5, and not only that, he was 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. Just 2 for his last 14, Neifi Perez. Foul ball, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nice catch. Rockies start tonight 6.5 back of Arizona. The Diamondbacks won in 10 last night. San Francisco still 2 back. San Diego was moved in front of the Dodgers in the Western Division. Dodgers in last place for the first time this year. The 1-2 pitch is a curveball popped up on the infield. This won't get him home. 1 out.
Found it a little bit unusual for Woody Williams to be in the windup versus the stretch with a runner at third base. That gives you the indication that Bruce Bochy says forget about the runner at third. The infield's back. Let's just get the outs. With the way their offense has scored runs as of late, the confidence shown there, as we talked about it in the open, 28 runs scored so far in the series by San Diego. Back in the windup again. That allows your runner at third to get a tremendous lead.
You'd think with a lot of guys in the lineup with 1 out, maybe Bochy might roll the dice and bring the infield in, but boy, you don't want to do that with Walker unless you have great dental insurance for your infielders. So Bochy says nope, let's give up the run if he gets it on the ground. He does better than that, driving Owens all the way back to deep center field. Hamilton will be able to coast home from third. Walker gets the job done, a sac fly, and the Rockies are on the board. So Walker gets an RBI, his 66th of the year, now just 1 shy of last year's season total.
Well, the Rockies did not take batting practice today. Had a late bus, got here in uniform and ready to hit. As a manager, you do different things when your ball club is not performing up to its total capabilities. The Rockies have not in the past 3 starts. Jim Leyland trying something new. So far, so good.
1-0 in favor of the Rockies. Bichette the batter. Given most of yesterday off, he was a pinch hitter and was 0 for 1. 3 for 8 though in the series for Bichette with a home run. Rockies have seen Williams before this year. It happened at Coors Field way back in April. Williams gave up 4 runs on 8 hits in 6 innings of work. That was the game I'm sure you'll remember when Leyritz hit a 3-run homer in the 11th to give San Diego the win. The 1-2 pitch is a fastball popped up into shallow right field. Out goes Veras. He's got it, and that'll do it. But the Rockies able to cash in a lead triple by Darryl Hamilton. Woody Williams surrenders a run. The Padres are coming up. Here's his hot lineup, brought to you by Eagle Hardware and Garden. Leading off, Kilvio Veras, and yeah, he's killed the Rockies. A great series leading off. Then Eric Owens, Reggie Sanders, John Vanderwall. Wally Joyner, his numbers good against Estacio. Then Greg Myers, George Arias, Damian Jackson, pretty good over his last 16 days. And Woody Williams, the pitcher. Defensively for the Rockies, Bichette, who leads the National League with 7 errors, as a left fielder. Then Hamilton and Walker. Casilla, Perez, Abbott, and Helton around the infield. Blanco behind the plate. And the Checker Auto Parts starting pitcher for the Rockies, looking for win number 8, Pedro Estacio.
7-5 on the year for Estacio versus San Diego, 6-2 with a fine .290 earned run average. And yeah, he has become the man. The complete ball game against the Chicago Cubs in his last start. This year against San Diego, he's pitched in 2 ball games, totaling 13 innings, 13 hits, but 14 strikeouts, and a record of 0-1. He's 6-2 lifetime versus San Diego.
We should have changed that on the Frazier foul to the hombre.
That's a good thought. We'll start paying you a minimum salary to start help right now.
Now it might ghostwrite for you. Strike 1 to Kilvio Veras. Boy, a great series. As we showed you, 5 for 11, 2 for 4 yesterday. Also has stolen 2 bases. This missed inside. New umpiring crew for this game, the final game of a 4-game extended weekend series. Wally Bell is ringing him up behind the plate. Bruce Fleming at first, Jeff Nelson at second, and Hunter Wendelstedt, the umpire, at third. Estacio, complete game in his last start against the Cubs, giving up just 1 run on 7 hits. Out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Veras. That That was the best start ever for Astacio at Coors Field. A 7-hit complete game. Popped up down the line and out of play again. Well, the Padres 7 back now and gaining ground. In fact, they have picked up 6.5 games on first place Arizona in the last 11 days. Padres were all but out of it just a week ago, and here they are in the thick of things. Strike 3, no, just missed inside.
That's a pretty good pitch by Astacio. One thing he's been able to do through the stretch run of these wins is throw the fastball inside on left-handers.
Now the 3-2 pitch now is spanked down to Castilla and off his glove. Vinny Castilla with an error. Veras safe at first base. Now, how about the Melody Holmes keys to the game, George?
Well, I think one of them is pretty obvious. 19 walks in this series. 11 of those walks have come around to score for the San Diego Padres. Reverse the trend and leave that up to Astacio. So strikes get ahead in the count and then work way ahead of the count.
Well, not a good sign for the Rockies with Veras the lead man aboard. And the 4-game losing streak for the Rockies, when the lead man reaches base, the ERA for the team is 16.07. Here's Eric Owens. Bouncing ball could be 2. Owens is fast, though. They're going to have to hurry, and Abbott can't get it out of his glove. Tough exchange for Abbott at second base. He just couldn't get the handle on the ball, getting it out of his glove. Well, they get the lead runner, Veras, at second.
Well, you got two very quick guys, Veras and Owens, both totaling 23 stolen bases, and Abbott knows that Veras is coming in hard. He just couldn't get a hold or get the grip of the ball.
A little shaky defense so far for the Rockies. Castilla's error and then a botched double play attempt. Now here's Reggie Sanders. Now here's Veras with all those stolen bases over the last several years, and there goes Owens. Throw down from Blanco is way off target into center field. Another error for the Rockies. That'll be a throwing error on Blanco to allow Owens to go to third. Give him a stolen base. He takes third on a throwing error by Blanco. 2 errors here in the first inning for the Rockies.
That's not good. Looks like the ball got on the outside part of those fingers. Blanco's had trouble this year exchanging from glove to hand. The release was very quick. The throw way offline. Owens ends up at third base now with 1 out.
And Jim Leland, unlike Bochy, is going to bring the infield in with 1 out. Out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike to Reggie Sanders. He was 1 for 3 yesterday, 2 for 5 in the series. Since Sanders has come off the DL, the Padres have not lost. They've won 9 in a row. Back, so Astacio is going to try to pick up his defense, which hasn't been too good behind him. 2 errors and then a botched play at second by Abbott.
Well, when your ball club's not scoring runs, you bring your infield in and try to cut off the run any way you can. If you take him back up the middle and knock it and get it out at first, you give up that run. So Jim Leland electing to bring them in this situation, and hopefully he'll hit it, if he does, right at someone.
Sanders wasn't quite ready, asked for time.
But they've worked him with fastballs on the inside half. Now they're going to go away.
Chopper to Vinny. His only play will be to first. Safe! Hilton didn't cover the bag. The Rocky infield is sleepwalking through this first inning. Astacio deserves a better fate. Owens, going on contact, comes home.
Vinny going for the out at first base. Helton off of the bag. The throw a little wide of the bag, but Vinny normally throws the baseball to a target. That target happened to be offline, and this toss from Castilla. Not sure they would have had a play on Owens at first, or excuse me, at home plate. He's about 10 feet from the bag when Vinny caught the ball. Extremely good, but I think if you're going to pull the infield in, then you've got to take the chance and make the throw to the plate to create a play.
Yeah, what a nightmare for the infielders for the Rockies. Everybody but Perez has done something wrong here in the first inning, including Blanco, the catcher. Pop foul and out of play.
Look one more time at the play at first base. I don't know if Helton got the backside of the bag ahead of him or not, but apparently he didn't get there. Bruce Fleming decided he didn't.
Well, I mean, that's just a mental miscue. It doesn't go as an error. It goes as a hit for Sanders, but Helton should have been on the bag. The throw wasn't that wide off target. He just didn't get there.
The Rockies should be in the dugout.
Absolutely. Oh, they did give an error now. So that has been changed now. An error on Helton. So 3 errors here in the first inning. Hit. Sanders thought about going to third, but will stop at second. So that's the first hit for the Padres. They have 2 aboard, just 1 out, and they have a run in.
And I think Henry Blanco out to visit with Pedro Estacio on the mound now to settle him down and try to get another ground ball and get out of this inning. He should have been out of the inning with about 8 or 9 pitches.
Yep. I mean, should have had Veras. He had a ground ball to Castilla. He botched it. Should have had the double play then when Eric Owens hit one to Perez. Abbott couldn't turn it. Then Sanders gets to first base because Helton forgot about covering. And now Vanderwall with a blue pit on the outside edge to Wally Joyner.
A part of that was the infield end too. I think Todd Helton probably felt like Vinny was going to make the play at the plate when he saw contact and then sawing Owens going to the plate. There's still no excuse not to get to the bag.
Into deep right field. Walker going back. Now looking off the scoreboard. He did a great job, though, to deke Reggie Sanders and save a run. Walker acted like he was going to catch the ball. A routine fly ball to right field. Instead, it was off the scoreboard. Walker knew it the whole time, and Sanders not able to score.
Well, that's what you get from having experience in the National League and knowing how much room you have behind you. Larry Walker breaks back, turns, and looks. See how the corner of his eyes as he looks? Put the glove up as if he was going to catch it, but he looked out of the corner of his eye watching the runners and then the flight of the ball. Sanders going back, tagging up, and then he sees the flight hit off the wall. Then it's way too late. He was speed or no speed. Sanders is not going to score on Walker's arm from right field.
So a great play by Walker to save a run, at least for the moment, but still just 1 out. And here's Greg Myers. Fly ball that's going to be in the seats, foul and out of play. Strike 1 to Myers. Well, Myers the catcher. Right now, you know Abbott or Helton or Castilla, they want a ground ball right at them to try to make amends here and try to turn a double play and get out of this without any further damage. 3 errors here in the first inning by the Rocky infielders. Good block by Blanco. Somewhere. 2 balls and a strike.
Not the kind of pressure you want to have put on Estacio this early in the ball game.
Ground ball. Helton's got it to Perez for one. The relay in time. The Rockies do get the double play. Helton bails himself out just a little bit. Larry Walker, the terrific play in right field. Gold glove caliber play to save a run. You want to look at it optimistically, it could have been a whole lot worse. This week on Baseball Thursday from the American League. Tigers, Yankees from historic Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Derek Jeter, boy, he's having a great year. Will he be the all-star starting shortstop in the American League? Castilla rips a single as things kick off for the Rockies in the second inning. So Castilla, I'm sure, still seething just a little bit from his error. Look at the look on his face. You can tell he is upset with himself.
Well, upset with a couple of things. The ground ball, and then after looking at video in between innings, the play at the plate. Probably should advance that throw to home versus first and take the chances.
And the Rockies probably feel fortunate right now with 3 errors to give up just 1 run. On the other hand, they're thinking without the errors, the Padres wouldn't be on the board. So it depends on how you want to look at it. Right now, you just have to say it's 1-1. Let's forget about it and get going here. Todd Helton, the batter. He was 2 for 4 yesterday. He's 4 for 11 in the series. And it's 2-0 to Helton. I showed you the numbers. Helton versus WW. Woody Williams, and he has hit him well.
One thing that Williams has had difficult doing in his last 5 starts is throwing his changeup. It's a big part of his delivery. 4-seam fastball, a hard curveball, and a changeup. The changeup left him. He started pushing it, leaving it up into the strike zone versus throwing it and keeping it down in the strike zone, getting the ground ball double plays. So he had to rely strictly on the 4-seam fastball and the breaking ball, and it cuts down the guesswork tremendously if you're a major league hitter.
Williams' last start against the Dodgers. Padres won 6-2. Woody went 8+ innings. Went after a high fastball, Helton, and fouls it back over the Rockies' dugout out of play. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes to Todd Helton. Well, on the good side for the Rockies, they have not been swept in a 4-game series since September of '96. That was at San Francisco. That's where the Rockies are headed after this one. 3 with the Giants at 3Com Park at Candlestick Point starting tomorrow night. First 2 games of that series will be right here on Fox Sports Net Rocky Mountain. And the 2-2 pitch is a good curveball from Williams. First strikeout for Woody.
Well, has he ever come back strong in his last 4 out of his last 5 hitters after giving up the triple to Hamilton? He makes straight pitches on Perez, Walker, and Bichette. The Rockies do get a run, and Castillo with the lead single, and 3 good pitches after falling behind on Helton. 2-0. He went with 2 heaters and a good curveball down in the strike zone and got the strikeout.
Now here's Kurt Abbott trying to lay down a bunt, and it goes foul.
What's deceiving more than anything about Kurt Abbott is his speed. He is a lot faster than people give him credit for. Now, Kurt Abbott has done a nice job of accepting the role. Now he's getting to play an awful lot, but prior to that, accepting the role as a utility infielder. Because what I like to see out of those type of players is they're hustling on every play. He would hit a ground ball and run as hard as he could up the first baseline. Happy to be in the lineup. Now with the injury to Lansing, Abbott and Shumpert will share the duties along with Lenny Harris. Abbott has been hot.
Outside, 1-1 to Abbott. A lot of changes in the schedule because of all the delays from April. Suffice it to say, you're best off calling the Coors Field ticket office or stop by any Rockies dugout store prior to the first pitch of a potential rescheduled game to exchange your tickets if You have one from earlier in April. 2-1 now to Abbott. See if Vinny's going. He is gone, but it's up high, ball 4. Castilla takes second. The walk to Abbott. 2 aboard now for the Rockies.
Hitting in, catcher, number 35, Henry Blanco.
Now Henry Blanco with 2 on, 1 out here in the second. Blanco 2 for 3 yesterday. He's 3 for 6 in the series. Blanco hitting .309 on the year. Continues to play good defense and giving the Rockies some production at the plate. Williams picked up his nickname Woody in high school. A native of Houston, he was not drafted out of high school. Went to the University of Houston. Too high, 2-0 to Blanco.
That was a good example of the changeup high in the strike zone. Woody just trying to throw something off speed down in the strike zone, a 79-mile-an-hour changeup, but very high in the strike zone.
Did he check? Yeah, he did. 3-0 to Blanco. Blanco have the green light here, 3-0, with a pitcher due up next. He's taking, and he takes ball 4. Williams all of a sudden absolutely cannot find the plate. Bochy, he's seen this before, but it came from Rocky pitchers. Back-to-back walks to Abbott and Blanco, and they're loaded for the Rockies. Now Estacio can help himself out here by getting something airborne deep enough in the outfield. Castilla's at third, Abbott at second, Blanco at first. Just 1 out here in the second.
Estacio having a decent year swinging the bat as far as a pitcher goes. 194 average with 3 RBIs.
Bouncing ball. We're going to come home for the 4th there. The relay to first, not in time. Estacio beats it out at first base. But the Padres cut down Castilla at the plate. Still 1-1 the score.
You've got to act like a second baseman if you're a catcher in this situation. Arias with the quick flip home to home plate to Myers, and then Myers with a lot of time. Credit Pedro Estacio with hustling all the way up the line. Right out of the box hard, realizing he can keep the inning alive if he just runs hard and beats it up the line. Pete, a very good athlete with decent speed for a pitcher. Keeps the inning alive.
That gives Hamilton a chance. Hamilton tripled his first time up. Padres left him loaded in the first. The Rockies don't want to repeat that fate here in the second. Too high, 1-1 to Hamilton. Estacio, who survived 3 errors by the Rocky infielders in the first. This is a self-induced jam for the most part by Williams with 2 walks. Curveball over for a strike.
Last year, Hamilton was one of the best Rockies with runners in scoring position. So far this year, just a .231 average in 52 at-bats. He only has 12 hits with runners in scoring position.
And only 20 runs batted in this year. Fastball hit to Joyner. A flip to second in time to force Estacio, and that'll do it for the Rockies. Well, the Rockies don't get anything. Despite 2 walks from Williams, the Rockies leave them loaded. We're still tied at 1. Back to Qualcomm Stadium in San Diego. A wild start to this one, tied 1-1. Each team has left the bases loaded. The Padres in the first, the Rockies in the second. Estacio forced to throw 21 pitches in the first when his infielders committed 3 errors behind him, plus 1 botched double play. The Padres got only 1 run out of all that, and now the bottom third of the order due up for San Diego. Rockies also got a terrific defensive play from Larry Walker that saved a run.
Well, if you look back at the last inning and a half and you're a Rocky, you want to forget about it. You had the bases loaded, couldn't come up with any runs, and the errors in the field, so you started out, and now you just make it a 7.5 inning ball game starting now.
So the infielders right now trying to forget all about inning number 1 and go get them here in the second. Invite you to call the Dinger hotline and request an autographed baseball card of the Rockies mascot. 312-2266, the number to call. Here's George Arias to lead off for the Padres. He'll be followed by Damian Jackson, then the pitcher Woody Williams. Curveball over for strike 1.
Now I'll bet you out of the 21 pitches that Pete threw in the first inning, probably 15 were fastballs. First pitch fastball. He starts Arias out here with a good curveball.
Now comes with a fastball, and Arias is late.
Well, I like the velocity on Estacio's fastball, 93, 94 miles an hour. Good movement on his fastball and down in the strike zone. Pete has always pitched well on this ballpark. In the Dodger organization, he pitched well here. And early in the year, he pitched well here against the Padres in that start. And did he offer?
Ball and 2 strikes to Arias. He's offered a lot, 16 strikeouts in his last 12 games. Helton with a diving stop to Estacio. Now the infield defense picking it up a little bit. Good play, Todd Helton.
Well, that play has to have a couple of people involved in it, the pitcher and your first baseman. This is a great play by Helton to dive and knock the ball down. What I liked what Todd did, he didn't turn and get to his knees and try to make the throw. He jumps to his feet as fast as he can. But look at Estacio hustle to the bag, gather himself, take the short baby steps, catch the ball, and touch first base. Yeah, we've got a beach ball out in right center, a short timeout. Darrell Hamilton to take care of business, and we'll be back to Damian Jackson and Pedro Estacio.
Surprisingly, first beach ball sighting we've had at the Q. Hamilton with a nice dunk shot. Now Damian Jackson. Jackson 1 for 4 yesterday. He's 3 for 12 in the series. Two balls, no strikes to Jackson.
You know, I think what will be interesting with Henry Blanco as he gets more around the league and learns the hitters, the more relaxed and comfortable he'll get.
Jackson with a 1-out single here in the second. That'll turn Woody Williams into a bunter.
What Blanco has to do now is he's got to rely on Reed and Manwaring and the coaching staff to help him call pitches in ball games, go over hitters. So the second and third time through is when Blanco will gain his strength behind the plate and be that much more effective as a catcher at the major league level.
There goes the runner, and again Blanco can't get it out of his glove. Well, he had that trouble earlier and then seemed to have corrected it, but he's back to his old ways. Stolen base, Jackson.
If you look at Bochy's lineup, you'll see a lot of speed at the top and then speed down at the bottom in Damian Jackson. Veras, Owens, and Sanders have stolen 10, 14, and 17 bases in that order. And Damian Jackson was being his 16th steal of the year.
Now 2-0 to Williams. Well, that's the 70th stolen base for the Padres. The Rockies have 31. A difference in teams right there. The Padres young, good speed. Veras, Owens, Sanders, Jackson. Visiting with John Vanderwall, he said, man, Eric Owens may be the fastest of them all. Tap over Estacio. Abbott. Boy, Williams is flying down the line. He's out at first. Jackson moves to third.
It's a great play by Kurt Abbott because Williams is a very good athlete. Was a shortstop all the way through high school. Played a little shortstop in college. Still swings the bat well, but look at him hustle out of the line, showing very good speed up the line. Abbott with the very quick flip. A tough play for a second baseman, and Abbott turns the trick and gets the second out in the ball game.
So two nice plays. First by Helton to get Arias, and now Abbott to get Williams. And here's Kilvio Veras. Safe on Castilla's error his first time. Curveball outside, ball one.
Well, you got to remember what this ball club gave up last year, Dave, when they traded away Vaughn, who had 50 home runs, Caminiti at third base, Finley in center field. So you make the switch from power to speed, and in the last 9 games, it worked.
On back by Veras. And you're right about Williams. Converted shortstop. He said when he was at the University of Houston, Williams would start the first game of the series and then play short the rest of the time. And when teams were looking at him coming out of college, most wanted to draft him as either a third baseman or a catcher. The Braves drafted him as a catcher, and he said no. Toronto, the only club to draft him as a pitcher. 2 balls and a strike here to Kilvio Veras. Fastball, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, I love what Estacio's doing with his body English on the mound. Never giving up any kind of deception at all, or giving anything away to the hitters at the plate of what pitch is coming. Everything stays the same on the mound, and you've got a split second if you're a hitter to make the decision and react to the pitch.
Check swing foul. Says his knee still not 100%, but he's running as hard as he can. The 2-2 pitch. And Veras able to foul it back.
It's a pretty good battle right now, and the pitch count getting extended on Estacio. Second inning, 39 pitches.
Estacio working up a lather on the mound. The good thing for Kyle yesterday, yeah, he did not get the win, but Kyle able to survive 6 innings, turn it over to Wainhouse the rest of the way, and the rest of the bullpen had a chance to rest. after being taxed in the first 2 games. So DK able to eat up some innings yesterday. You won't find a greater competitor than Darryl Kyle. He's not happy with the results, but he is competitive. No one would doubt that. The 2-2 pitch. Again fouled off. Anastasio's thrown him everything but the kitchen sink here.
Well, he's trying to stay away from the off-speed pitch, because with Veras, you don't want to give him a something slow in the strike zone so he can react to it, hit it on the ground, and run. He's trying to blow that fastball by him. I wouldn't be surprised to see Pete try to go inside with a fastball here versus going to the outside half of the plate.
Blanco setting up inside. The curveball. Feet on the ground to Perez. That'll do it. So good job again by Estacio. Perez able to get Kilvio Veras. Padres don't score in the second. We're still tied at 1 heading to the third.
Now the biggest difference, Dave, obviously after the elbow surgery, he feels much stronger and can extend that right arm when at the plate, his lead arm as a left-handed hitter.
We don't have it at our fingertips. We're going to check. The thought just occurred to me. We keep comparing Walker this year to last. I'd like to see the comparison this year to his MVP year. Bichette with a high pop-up again. The second one for Dante. And out goes Bichette. Walker steps back on the bag. 2 out here in the third inning. And now Vinny Castilla. Castilla yesterday 2 home runs, numbers 15 and 60. Both home runs for Vinny yesterday, solo home runs. He singled his first time up and is now 13 for his last 33. So Castilla starting to get hot. Ground ball though to Jackson, should be the inning. It is. That'll do it for the Rockies here in the third. Walker's hit extends his hitting streak, but that's it. Still 1-1 as we head to the bottom of the third.
Ah, the possibilities Dodge Caravan opens up. It's a cabin in the woods, complete with
Killers. By Checker Auto Parts. More brands, more parts. Checker Auto Parts, the place to start for parts. And by Taco Bell. Just seeing one of the banners here at Qualcomm Stadium. One of 21 players to hit for more than 3,000 hits in their career. As soon as Tony Gwynn gets off the DL, he will join them shortly. He is only 18 hits shy, and just a personal thanks to Mr. Gwynn for taking time out to be with us on our pregame show today. He is just the most courteous ball player around. Always a great interview, a great guy to talk to, and Tony Gwynn, we wish him the best. I hope he gets well soon.
Well, he always makes time for the press. I've yet to see Tony Gwynn ever say no to anyone for any type of an interview.
I mean, today was a busy day for him. You say, what? He's on the DL. No, he had a lot of therapy to do today with the trainer. Eric Owens, the AutoZone player profile.
As acquired from Milwaukee, you think they aren't watching the box scores and seeing the batting average. The opening day starter in Cincinnati, 1 for 3 versus the Rockies.
Swing and a miss, and out he goes. Estacio got him with something out of the strike zone. That's the first strikeout for Estacio. It won't be his last. Estacio with his 89th strikeout of the year, leading the Rockies.
Has had a lot of strikeouts this year against the Padres. In 13 innings, he struck out 14 and walked just 4.
Now here's Reggie Sanders. Swing and a miss. Boy, that fastball had some life.
Well, it's great as you watch how Estacio and Blanco work together. And you watch Blanco set up on the outside corner, give him a very big target to shoot at, and holds the glove in the strike zone a long time. Where he goes with it here. Watch him hold it in that strike zone as long as he can. You don't see Estacio move the glove around a lot or make jabs at the pitches.
That's 2 strikes on Sanders.
he goes back to that big sweeping curveball that he struck Owens out with out of the strike zone.
Stasio has averaged almost 8 strikeouts per 9 innings. High fly ball right field. Walker comes in a few steps, and that's the second out. Speaking of Stasio strikeouts, let's take a look at some National League leaders.
Now this is the strikeouts per 9 innings. Johnson of Arizona, Hitchcock of San Diego, Smoltz, Park, and then Stasio. You're in pretty good company, Pete.
Stasio having a terrific year for the Rockies. Yeah, he's getting a lot of run support, but he also, as George said, has really become the hombre, the man in the rotation, the stopper, if you will. Here's John Vander Wal. Well, he's 4 for 4 now in this series against the Rockies. Deep fly right field, and the Padres have the lead. Against the Rockies. 8 for 12. He is a hitting machine. 2-1 Padres.
Look back at this pitch selection. Look where Blanco's asking for the pitch. Down, away, out of the strike zone. Leaves it right up in the middle of the strike zone. Vander Wal on it all the way. He knows it's out of the ballpark too. Used primarily as a pinch hitter for the Rockies. He's getting an opportunity to play every day here in San Diego. For Vander Wal, that was his 126th at bat on the year. 4th home run, 29th RBI.
Had a chance to visit with Bandy at length before today's game. And he says he really likes it in San Diego. Misses Denver. Said, boy, a terrific place to be, Denver, Colorado. Enjoyed his time very much with the Rockies, but he's found a home here in San Diego, has signed a long-term contract, and again, he has really hurt the guys in pinstripes. 8 for 12 against the Rockies. A little blooper. Vinny Castilla backs up a couple of steps. He's got it. That'll do it, but the Padres take the lead. John Vander Wal, home run number 4 on the year, and after 3, a home run to give the Padres the lead as we head to the 4th. Todd Helton leading off. Helton struck out his first time up. One ball, 1 strike. High pop-up. Comes in to make the catch. Well, tomorrow on Fox Sports Net Rocky Mountain, we begin with Fox Sports News tonight at 6 Mountain. And the Rockies pregame will start at 7:30. Rockies Giants at 8. Fox Sports News primetime at 11 o'clock following our game tomorrow night from 3-Comp Park at Candlestick Point. So Woody Williams. Born Gregory Scott Williams.
But he's doing very well right now with Rockies hitters after settling down, and really didn't have a bad first inning. The second inning he got in trouble with a couple of walks. But what he's been able to do is mix up his pitches and mix up the location. Fastball is not overpowering, 88 to 90 miles an hour.
Abbott punches it into right center field. Sanders got there.
Well, I tell you, speed in the outfield can really cut down a lot of base hits for your pitcher and a lot of blue hits. Sanders with very good speed in right field, and Owens with great speed in center field. Sanders comes a long ways for this ball and makes this catch look very easy.
No, 2 out, nobody on for Blanco. Blanco walked his first time up. That was part of that second inning when the Rockies left the bases loaded. Really not a scoring chance since then. And you saw the fastball from Williams at 86 miles per hour. As George mentioned, not overpowering, but when he mixes it with his other stuff and puts it where he wants to inside the strike zone, it is effective. To Blanco. Got him looking. Second strikeout for Williams. Rockies go quietly and quickly in the fourth. What is the longest winning streak in baseball history? Longest winning streak ever in baseball history.
Number 25.
In '84 that Detroit took off.
They started off
ran away with their division.
Yeah, they started 35-5 that year.
Yeah, I wonder if that part of it's in there.
Right now the Padres with a 9-game streak. Their longest 11 straight. That is not the record for baseball. Now back by Ben Davis. It is first hit and only hit of his big league career in this series. Swing and a miss on a changeup. And this is where Davis is behind in developing. He is not a skilled hitter yet. Well, Wally Bell wants to go back. I don't know what this is about. Ball stuck back behind the plate, stuck in the netting back there. The 0-2 pitch, a little bit high. Hey, who can hit? Bruce Bochy's son.
Pretty good, wasn't it?
11 years old.
Not bad, huh?
Gone Davis, and he knew it. Second strikeout for Estacio.
Well, Estacio overmatching the young catcher. Looking at the hook, all you can do is with a hook like that, turn around and head to the house. You don't have much of a chance with that. There's Brett outside today, swinging the bat from the left side and the right side.
There's another son, 19 years of age. Down the line, but just wide of the bag. Foul ball. You have to say please, huh? Oh, put your glove on, see if you can catch. 0-1 the count to George Arias. He grounded out to Helton his first time up. Nice play by Todd. Another good curveball from Estacio, and 2 strikes on Arias. Well, the Padres out of the cellar for the first time since the end of April. Now a half game ahead of LA, and if they win this one, they'd be ahead of the Rockies by a half game. Padres have won 6 straight here at home and have won 12 of the last 14 against the Rockies here at the Q. Nobody on base. So Stasio with back-to-back strikeouts here in the fourth.
Well, right out of the grip for Stasio, hugging it on that one seam, which you grip to throw the good hard curveball. Swing and a miss. George Arias is gone. The third strikeout in the ballgame. This shows how consistent Stasio has been. There's only been 4 times in 15 starts that he hasn't gone at least 6 innings. And only, or excuse me, 3 times that he hasn't gone at least 6 innings. Hustle effort by Helton to try to grab that baseball as it ran into the stands.
Give you the answer to our Quest trivia. Longest winning streak ever, 26 straight. 1916 Giants did that. Well, we head to San Francisco to play the Giants next. But back up on the screen. Two to Damian Jackson. Bouncing ball, Perez. Now Damian Jackson, that'll do it. Padres go in order for the first time here today. Stasio strikes out 2. We head to the 5th, still 2-1 San Diego. Stasio leading off for the Rockies in the 5th inning. He's already fouled off 1 pitch, 1 strike on Stasio. After Pedro, it'll be Hamilton and Perez. Stasio, little looper, that'll drop for a hit. Well, Stasio with a lead single here in the 5th inning. On this day in Rockies history, it is brought to you today by Dodge. On this day in '96. The Rockies whipped up on the Dodgers 13-4 at Coors Field. 2nd-4. That was a wild weekend. I remember it well. 25 home runs hit in that series alone in 4 games. Piazza hit 3. Upstairs to Hamilton. He tripled and scored the Rockies' only run back in the 1st. And that's going to drop for a hit. Now they bobble it around in the outfield, and both runners are going to move up. Hamilton safe at 2nd. Stasio goes to 3rd.
That's a great read by Stasio at first base when the ball was hit. It was out in front of him. He was able to see the ball, that it was going to clear Veras, and it gave him the opportunity to go on to 2nd base. I don't know what Kilvio Veras was thinking about whenever he flipped the ball up into the air, whether he was just trying to grab it with his glove. Over the head of Kilvio Veras into the outfield. Now, why would he flip it in the air? All the way back over. Owens has to go and get it. Then the aggressive running of Darryl Hamilton. Watch Stasio. When he sees that it goes over, he goes on to 3rd base. Then Hamilton advances to 2nd base. Well, I like what I see so far in the 5th inning.
That'll be a single for Hamilton and an error on Veras. He also loses some style points as the Rockies able to advance a couple of bases. Stasio to 3rd, Hamilton to 2nd base, and nobody out. Now let's see if Perez can come through the infield back. Way upstairs.
Now, what I think may happen, and this is just a guess in the booth, but if they're able to strike out or get Perez out with first base open and you're up 1, you've got to walk Walker.
Absolutely.
I mean, I would if I was managing in the Padres dugout. I wouldn't give him the opportunity to drive in 2.
Up the middle. Veras has got it. His throw to second is Hamilton. Estacio scoring. Hamilton falls down. Well, Veras that time a heads-up play to nail Hamilton. Estacio able to score. Perez safe at first base.
Ball hit right back up the middle. The only thing I can think of, Darryl Hamilton gets caught being a spectator, because Kilvio does a nice job of flipping the ball. Hamilton a dead duck. Estacio's already scored. First out of the inning. The Rockies could have had runners at first and second and nobody out and a run in. The result of this is a runner at first, a run in, and one out.
That's a fielder's choice. Perez will get an RBI. Estacio scores to tie the game 2-2. Walker with a base hit his last time up. Perez at first base. You try to run here, then you lose the hole. Plus, they say Davis, we haven't seen it yet, but they tell us that Ben Davis behind the plate has an absolute gun, a howitzer. I think he thought in the back of his mind that Veras wouldn't get to the ball. Swing and a miss by Walker. A ball and 2 strikes. Well, Walker left talking to himself as he gets back into the box. 1-2 the count. Walker a sac fly his first time up. He's 1 for 1 officially. Fastball got him.
Watch as the pitch approaches home plate.
Number 10.
Fastball up out of the strike zone. Walk frustrated with himself. So many times with Larry Walker on a pitch up out of the strike zone, he'll drive that ball hard to the opposite field, out into the gap, and even out of the ballpark. He just couldn't catch up to that one.
Now Bichette. Foul ball behind home plate. Bichette has popped out twice so far today. Bouncing ball to the shortstop Jackson. Padres are going to get out of this with minimal damage. Rockies had him at second and third. Nobody out. Get 1 out of it to tie it up. Halfway through from the cue. He pops it foul and out of play. Williams bounced out to Kurt Abbott his first time up. There's still great corporate suites available for your next group event at Coors Field. Perfect for employee and client entertainment. Call 312-2444 for information. Strike 2. Estacio now has a good feel on the curveball, George.
Nah, he's throwing everything for strikes, and I've talked about it in the first 3 ball games, the adjustment you have to make early to the mound in San Diego. It's a pretty good pitch that Williams didn't bite on. That Blanco just gave to Pedro Estacio is keep everything coming right at me. 72 pitches, 50 strikes for Estacio.
Ball past Castillo. Williams going to stop at first with a lead single. Bichette did a good job getting over to it in a hurry. Oh, Woody Williams, though, with the lead single. Check out some out-of-town scores on the Hertz scoreboard. Red Sox behind Brett Saberhagen and 2 home runs from Jose Offerman really whip up on the White Sox. Blue Jays over the Devil Rays. The Indians beat the Royals for the second straight day. Nagy picks up the win. Rangers all over the Angels. Juan Gonzalez's 22nd home run in the National League. The Mets over the Marlins 10-4. The Braves, they get a couple of home runs from Andrew Jones, and they beat Montreal 13-5. 2 home runs for Robin Ventura in their win over Florida. And Pittsburgh in 10 innings beats Philadelphia 3-2. Here's Gilby O'Veras. Little pop-up into shallow left field. Bichette, he's there. 1 out.
But it's interesting to watch Dante go after that ball, Dave, because what he did was shade his eyes, and people at home may be thinking, why are you shading your eyes? There's a certain altitude that ball gets at in a ballpark where it gets right into the lights and it doesn't come back out again, and you're staring right at him. That's a great look at it right there. As you look up into the lights and you try to catch it, you see Dante shading his eyes versus the lights so he can track the baseball.
Now here's Eric Owens. Chopper, it's going to be foul.
I still think you ought to go and get the choir. Karen, get him in the choir. He sings beautifully in the booth sometimes.
Oh, good curveball, but it missed. And ball 1 strike to Eric Owens. He has scored one of the 2 Padre runs. The other coming home on the Vanderwall home run. Base hit. Walker gets over to it. Owens will stop at first with a long single. Going to third. Woody Williams are at the corners with 1 out. Well, this week on Baseball Thursday, from the American League, Derek Jeter leads the New York Yankees against the Detroit Tigers at historic Yankee Stadium. Tigers-Yankees this week. Baseball Thursday, 5:30 Mountain, 6:30 Central on Fox Sports Net Rocky Mountain.
Now, what you have to worry about now is keeping a close eye on Owens at first base. He has 14 steals so far on the year, 3rd in this ball club. Try to get him into a scoring position with Sanders at the plate, who has 10 home runs and 19 RBIs.
Inside, ball 1. Boy, a tough voting in the American League for shortstop. Garciaparra and Jeter running 1-2. They've been zigzagging back and forth. Vizquel now has moved up to 2. Garciaparra has dropped to 3rd. And A-Rod is 4th in balloting. I mean, that is a tough group. 1 ball, 1 strike.
There used to be a common that a lot of players in baseball played in popular ballparks, and I think that the Yankees' success and their history, a lot of people across America starting to vote for maybe not their favorite player or the favorite shortstop on their home team.
There goes Owens, no throw. Another stolen base for the Padres. Another one for Owens. That's his 2nd. The 3rd one of the game for San Diego. Jackson had 1 earlier. So now that takes the probability of the double play out of order. They're at 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. Foul ball. Now Estacio is going to be looking for strikeout number 4. By the way, the Perez fielder's choice in the 5th inning, that has been changed to a base hit, an infield single. He would have gotten credit for an RBI nonetheless, but it's a single now for Perez instead of a fielder's choice. And I think that's the correct decision. It wasn't a forced play at second base. And there was no chance for them to get Perez at first.
Well, we're on that all-star balloting. I wonder how much shoe commercials, endorsements have increased the popularity of guys like Jeter throughout all of America. They see him constantly on different commercials versus maybe somebody like Garcia Farah, who you don't see on those commercials as often or as much.
Yeah. And Vizquel, of course, playing at Jacobs Field, sold out every game. That helps. You can stuff the ballot boxes in Cleveland. Plus, he can flat out pick it. Vizquel, right now, the best defensive shortstop in the game. He wins Gold Glove after Gold Glove. Vizquel doesn't do much with the bat, but boy, he does with a glove. He is magical. See Sanders in his career against Estacio. 3-2 count here. Estacio, well, he'd like either a pop-up or a strikeout. Ground ball foul. Still 3-2.
Estacio able to make pitch after pitch in this ball game. If he can make one now on Sanders. Down 3 balls, 2 strikes. Sneak a peek. That's what I love about television. If he sneak one in now. Asked for the curveball. Went back to the slider. Now went back to the fastball. Switching his signs. Gave the heater inside. You look on Henry Blanco's hands, it's able to see some chalk on his fingers. The home plate area a little bit easier for Estacio to pick the signs up.
Again, the 3-2 pitch, a changeup ripped by Vinny into left. Owens is going to be held at third. Scoring, Williams, still just 1 out. They're at the corners again. Estacio tried to fool him with a changeup, and Sanders was right on it.
Well, it comes back to the leadoff single to the pitcher in a 3-2 count after a head 1 and 2. Sanders right on the changeup, 3 and 2. It makes you wonder if they were able to pick up the signs with a runner at second and relay them to Sanders, because that pitch didn't fool Sanders at all.
Now John Vanderwall, who's 2 for 2 and 5 for 5 in the series. Homered his last time up. There goes Sanders, and again no throw. The Padres are running at will right now. And again, it takes away the probability of a double play. Blanco's going to go talk with Estacio. Well, George, a 3-2 ball game. Do you dare walk a guy here and hope for a double play? I mean, you got Joyner, though, at on-deck circle, and he has hit Estacio well, and he's 1 for 2 in this ball game. Of course, Vanderwall, nobody's hotter than him.
Right on that outside corner. Looking at the base hits for John Vanderwall and what percentages go where. Typically the left field. He's able to take that fastball and drive it to the left side and also to the right side when it's inside, but very rarely will he hit the ball back up the middle.
Stasio fooled him with a changeup. 2-2 now to John Vanderwall.
Well, if you see that on a pitching chart as a pitcher and you look, what you try to do there is exactly what Stasio is doing now. He's throwing him pitches down in the strike zone. He's not getting anything up. Vanderwall, a very good fastball hitter. He's a good hitter from the middle, which means anything in the middle of the plate and thigh high. You try to keep it out of the strike zone and down. He doesn't there.
Hamilton comes in to make the catch. Owens tags at third. He'll score. And the Padres lead by 2.
Let's go back and look at the last 2 pitches that Vanderwall seized from Pedro Stasio. This was a fastball down in the strike zone. The next pitch, a fastball. What did we talk about? Middle. Where's the pitch? Middle. Great job of stopping the tape right there. Thigh high, right smack in the middle of the plate. And he's able to drive the ball hard to center field and get the run in. Vanderwall, a professional hitter.
Well, why not walk Joyner here, another professional hitter, with the rookie Ben Davis on deck. Stasio made quick work of Davis. His only time up. In the 4th inning, he struck him out looking.
Well, this is not a hard choice. The call made by the manager out of the dugout. When you've got Wally Joyner, the years, the experience up at the plate so far today, 1 for 2 with a base hit. And as you said, Davis, the rookie, enters this at bat, hitting 100. And he struck out and looked very bad doing it in his strikeout.
So here's Ben Davis with runners at 1st and 2nd. The Padres scoring twice here in the 5th. Padres getting their lead man aboard, and again that has been deadly for the Rockies in this series. Seems like every time the Padres get their lead man aboard, they score at least a run in that inning.
Well, the mistake started back when he was facing Woody Williams and had him 1 ball, 2 strikes and let the count work to 3-2. And then gave up the leadoff single to Williams, the pitcher.
The thing for Stasio too, George, is the pitch count's mounting. It's at 98 right now. 1 ball, 1 strike to Ben Davis. Go Davis!
Watching Davis hit, it seems like every swing he takes at the plate, he's trying to hit the ball out of the ballpark. Front shoulder flies out, particularly from the left side. Really late on the fastball from Stasio at 92 miles an hour. Now you're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Stasio, that was his 100th pitch in the ball game. That goes back to the 1st inning.
Yep.
The Rockies committed 3 and he had to throw 25 pitches. Committed 3 errors.
Should have been out of that with about 10 pitches. The 2-2 pitch is a curveball beat foul. Remember, it was a curveball that got Davis looking in the 4th inning. Nobody else from the West in action tonight. Dodgers, Giants, Diamondbacks all have the night off.
This division really tightened up. Only 1 game separating 3rd from last.
Whoa. What was that one? Now the runners will be moving. If it stays fair, it's trouble, and it is a fair ball. 2 runs will score on the double by Davis.
That's where the crowd really hindered Todd Helton. Davis gets his second hit in his big league career, and it's a big one. A fastball from Estacio right down the line. It hits up on the wall right above the scoreboard on the right side. Walker into Helton. Helton is still on the dirt. Didn't respond very quickly, but yet the runner's moving with a 3-2 count. Allowed Wally Joyner, who has below average speed, to score all the way from first base.
So the Rockies did the right thing, I believe, and I'm not going to second guess it now. I think they did the right thing to walk Wally Joyner to get to Ben Davis. But it was Ben Davis who made him pay with a 2-run double.
Well, there's no question they made the right decision. You don't go against a guy with 16, 17 years in the big leagues, and I don't care if he is hitting 220. You don't give Joyner that opportunity. You go to the kid came through. You tip your hat to him.
Strike 2 to George Arias. So the Padres have blown it open here with a 4-run 5th inning, and they lead by 4 right after the Rockies got it tied. Dipoto warming up along with David Lee, who was just recalled from AAA yesterday. Stasio makes quick work of Arias, but not before the Padres put 4 on the floor. Capped by the 2-run double from the kid, Ben Davis. Now Ben Davis with the biggest hit of his big league career, a 2-run double, and San Diego leads by 4 now as we go to the 6th inning. On the road with the Rockies. Next up, 3 from 3Com Park at Candlestick Point against the Giants of San Francisco. And the Rockies return home and won't go on the road again until after the All-Star break, when they head to Cincinnati. Changes now for the Padres. Moving in to play center field is Ruben Rivera. He in effect takes John Vanderwall's spot in the order. He'll hit in Vanderwall's number 4 position, and moving from center over to left is Owens. So Vanderwall now on the bench, and Bochy got what he wanted out of Andy: a home run, a sac fly RBI, and a base hit. Vinny Castilla leading off for the Rockies in the 6th inning. He'll be followed by Helton and Abbott. Castilla 1 for 2. Bouncing ball foul coming out to the ballpark. Sunday, July the 4th, for one of the first 20,000, you'll receive a tumbler set courtesy of Decker. Rockies and the Padres that day at 1:05. There are still tickets available. The Coors Field ticket office, any Rockies dugout store, at King Soopers, or call 1-800-388-ROCK. Down low with a fastball. It's 2-1 to Castilla. 77 pitches right now for Woody Williams. Got a fastball by him. Boy, wouldn't Vinny like to have that pitch again. Jackson. I mean, a big hop up on the bill of his cap. They see out number 1 in the 6th inning. It's a deal with everybody putting numbers on their hats all of a sudden. It's a new phenomenon in baseball.
First baseman, Tom.
Well, now the official scorer playing games with us has reversed his decision on Neifi Perez and given him a fielder's choice again, and I disagree. Again, it wasn't a force play at second base, but now Perez will still get an RBI. Now they're saying no RBI either. That's not right. Base hit by Helton. How can you take away an RBI on a fielder's choice? Yeah, that's just wrong. Wrong. Helton with a base hit here in the 6th inning.
Second baseman, Kurt Abbott.
Now Kurt Abbott. It's one thing to take away the hit, which I disagree, but another thing to take away the RBI too. What for? Abbott, foul ball out of play. Boy, body language, George. The Rockies just look down. I mean, they obviously losing 4 in a row isn't going to give you the best of spirits, but body language here, reading it from the Rockies, they're just real disappointed. It started with the 3 errors in the first inning.
Well, I think the last inning really kind of got them down, unfortunately. And they got a lot of runs given up in the last inning, 4 off of Estacio, and it's a 6-2 ball game. But you got to battle back. You got 4 innings to get back into this ball game. Put a couple of hits together and hit one out of the ballpark and look out. All of a sudden, it's a whole other ball game again. I think a win tonight would definitely obviously lift the spirits of the Rockies.
Remember the comeback yesterday in the 9th inning, helped by an error by Joyner. Rockies were base hit away from tying that ball game up. Abbott pokes it into right. Helton stops at second. Back-to-back singles by Helton and Abbott. The Rockies have something cooking here in the 6th inning.
Well, that's 2 very good at-bats. One by Helton, who showed a lot of patience with the breaking ball. And then a good job by Abbott, taking a fastball out in front and just driving it to the right side. Abbott's healthy. He can be a major contributor to this ball club. And get out on that front foot and drive that ball to the right side. That is a nice piece of hitting by Kurt Abbott. All of a sudden, Dave Smith's going to come out of the dugout for the Padres as they start to get a little movement down in that bullpen to talk to Woody Williams at 85 pitches right now.
Well, you mentioned Abbott can be a major contributor, and having said that, George, I know you would like to, as well as myself, pass along our best wishes to Mike Lansing as he gets ready to go under the knife for back surgery. Laser, we wish you the best. We look forward to seeing you soon in a Rockies uniform once again. So Mike Lansing, good luck as you go under the knife for back surgery. Well, here's Blanco. We're not going to the pen just yet. Blanco, walk and a strikeout. Lenny Harris has moved into the on-deck circle. He'll bat for Estacio. See the pitch totals for Woody Williams. Inside, 2-0. Williams may be facing his last batter if he doesn't get Blanco. Got the lefty Heath Murray warming up. Most likely he'd come on to face Lenny Harris. Too high, 3-0. Blanco walked on 4 pitches in the second. To the strike here, 3-1.
Well, in this situation, when your ball club trailing by 4, Blanco shouldn't pull the trigger unless he finds one he can drive hard. You hope Williams makes a mistake. He looked like he did. Blanco had a good rip at that pitch. Fastball up the strike zone.
3 balls, 2 strikes to Blanco. Williams working with a rosin bag. He knows this next pitch will be a big one. Popped it up. Infield fly rule call, which means Blanco automatically out, even if Veras didn't make the catch. Well, Blanco out number 2 here in the 6th inning, and now Lenny Harris.
Batting for the pitcher Estacio.
They're going to let Williams face Lenny Harris with 2 aboard and 2 out. Harris been terrific as a pinch hitter this year.
Now that's aggressive approach by Harris. going after the first pitch, but a nice job by Williams. A changeup at 80 miles an hour. You talked about the success for Harris. He leads the ball club in pinch hit appearances with 26. He's gotten 9 hits and driven in 2 runs. Dave, I talked to you earlier and you say, well, why do pinch hitters have so much success? Because they're geared to the fastball. They're aggressive in the first pitch. You saw the aggressiveness of Harris, but you saw the nice job done by Williams by throwing the changeup in the strike zone for a strike on the first pitch. It'll be interesting to see a lot of indecision on Williams's part. Left-handed hitters hitting just .237 against his curveball. He's got the circle change grip. If he goes change or curve.
Curveball spanked up the middle, base hit. Here comes Helton. He'll score. And the Rockies get one closer. Lenny Harris comes through again as a pinch hitter. An RBI single. And the Rockies are making a game of it here in the 6th inning. 6-3 now the score. It's a good piece of hitting by Lenny Harris.
Number 12, center fielder, Hamilton.
Boy, Lenny does a great job showing a lot of patience. Look at him go down and get that ball. Stride it out with that first leg, front leg, and just scooted out and was able to drive it up the middle.
What a catch by Arias. Darryl Hamilton out. The Rockies get one, but that's all. The 6th comes to the end for the Rockies. They pull one closer. It's 6-3. Colorado Rockies baseball on Fox Sports Net Rocky Mountain is brought to you by VoiceStream Wireless. Get more from life. By AutoZone, the best parts in auto parts. And by your Front Range Dodge dealers. Jerry Dipoto, sore back and all. He's out there to pitch in the 6th inning against the Padres. Jackson will probably get a pinch hitter for Williams, and then Veras. Dipoto, he has I'm trying to remember the correct terminology. I think it's an orthotic is what you call it. It's basically a little sliver of lamb's wool that he has placed in the left shoe because his left leg a little bit shorter than the right leg. Talk more about that in a moment, but first take a peek at the Jeep Division standings. And again, things bunching up from top to bottom. Rockies with his 4-game losing streak, now 3 games under 500 again. Arizona won last night. They lead the Rockies by 6.5. San Diego climbing up through the ranks. It wasn't too long ago they were 13 back in the division. Well, here's Damian Jackson. Dipoto says since they put the orthotic into the left shoe that he feels much better. It has helped align his spine.
Well, you can also tell by his delivery on the mound and the way he's walking around on the mound. It's just been a while since Jerry's been out on the mound. He was unable to throw even on the side as the back got well. About a ½ inch off. Put that added ½ inch into the shoe, lifted it up, and everything's much better now for Dipoto.
Back 2-1 to Jackson, who's 1 for 2. shot, but that's one Castilla knows he should have had.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're over on that corner, right under the glove of Vinny Castilla.
Pitcher, number 18.
No ruling as of yet.
Williams.
Base hit or an error. They did end up giving him an error, the 4th in the ball game for the Rockies.
Well, Castilla 2 errors tonight. That's the 4th error by the Rockies. They had 3 in the first inning. Now Jackson, who can fly, and he has a stolen base in this game. A lead single. Williams wasn't in the on-deck circle. Newhan was, but now with a runner at first, Bochy figuring that maybe Williams the better of the 2 at bunting. Why waste a pinch hitter just to bunt? So he's let Williams go ahead and hit. That doesn't mean Williams is going to stay in the game. I don't think he will stay in the game, but again, don't waste a pinch hitter just to bunt a guy over. He figures Williams can do that job. Quick tosses over to first to keep Jackson close to the bag. The crowd doesn't like it, but man, the way the Padres have been running, it's not a bad idea at all. Four stolen bases in this game. Jackson, throw down, not in time. Another stolen base. Second one for Damian Jackson.
Watch how Henry Blanco transfers. Boy, this is a great shot right out of the glove, up to the hand as fast as you can, and put all you got on it. That throw on the money, but the speed of Jackson just outruns the baseball.
Just a touch high, and now Williams gone, and Newhan will pinch hit and inherit the 1-1 count.
Batting for the pitcher Williams. Number 24.
So the at-bat changes, and Newhan will replace Williams. Newhan at worst will try to get the ball over to the right side to get Jackson over to third. At best, he'll try to drive him home. 6-3. Rockies would like to keep it right there. Nobody out in the 6th inning. So Woody Williams done for the day. He goes 6 innings. At second, nobody out. Jackson safe on an error, and he stole a base.
It seems like when the Rockies have made mistakes, the Padres have capitalized in a huge way.
Castilla's error to open the game in the first ended up costing the Rockies a run. And it cost Estacio a lot of pitches. Rockies had 3 errors and failed to turn a double play in that first inning.
It's very hard for a reliever to not throw a long time in between outings, but it's even harder when you're hurt, because in the back of the mind, that little guy sitting back there telling you there's a chance this could hurt. So you sometimes get confused on whether to turn it all the way loose. And until you experience it in a game situation, it's the only way you clear or ease your mind as a player. Photos showing good velocity, 94 miles an hour on the last fastball.
I think it's honestly, I think it's a miracle that DePoto's even out there. Watching him just try to walk around for a few days. Now here he is pitching. The 3-2 pitch got him looking. Newhan standing there like a house by the side of the road. 1 out in the 6th inning.
Yeah, DePoto makes a great pitch on Newhan right now because it's an inside fastball, just hits the target provided by Blanco behind the plate, and he gets the strikeout. Newhan knew it and made a right turn. That's a huge pitch by DePoto because with the runner at second, 1 out, the Rockies can ill afford another run to come home.
Here's Veras. The Rockies have done a good job with him. He's 0 for 3, safe on an error in the 1st inning. Slider, strike 1.
Silvio Veras has had his troubles with DePoto. 1 for 7 lifetime.
To the wickets of Blanco. It really wasn't that bad a pitch, to be honest with you. It might be ruled a wild pitch. I think it should be a pass ball, but we'll see. Going to third, Jackson.
Well, as a catcher, you still have to go down like a goalie and make sure your glove gets against the dirt. That ball seemed to skip right between the legs of Blanco, right under the glove.
Ruled a wild pitch. Now the infield has to come in. Fastball missed somewhere. 2 balls and a strike.
Just 1 out in the inning and already 15 pitches for DePoto. Should be
2 out, nobody on. There's not. And it's 3-1.
Sanders is really getting Jackson at third base getting a huge lead. DePoto comes set. Whaler in foul territory. Infield in. He's coming on contact. As soon as that ball was hit, now you can have that chance to gamble a little bit with a 4-run lead for the Padres. Excuse me, 3-run lead at 6-3.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
I don't know. A 3-run lead, you can take somewhat of a gamble when you have that type of speed in Jackson at third base.
Still 3-2 to kill Veras.
And if you're in the infield for the Rockies, you should be taking notice now that Jackson is on the move every time the ball has been hit. So if a ball's hit right at you, your first instinct is you've got to get rid of it in a hurry and get it to home plate. If you're going to have an opportunity to cut Jackson down in the 7th run of the game.
Between DePoto and Veras. Again, the 3-2 pitch. Foul tip. Now they say it hit Veras on the hand. Looked like it hit the bat, but Veras is going to go down to first base.
Well, nobody sees it better. Let's look at it right now in slow motion. Yeah, it does. It hits him right on the bottom of the wrist bone and goes straight down. I wonder if his wrist hanging out over the plate
That's just it. If that's over the strike zone, the umpire can call that a strike.
Well, look at it again. Yeah, let's look and see where his elbow is, and if his hand gets out over into the strike zone. Here's your plate.
Oh.
Yeah, it looks pretty close.
On a play off the bat of Eric Owens. Now look at the. That's why you lost 4 in a row on your way to your 5th if things don't turn around. 8 errors in the series, 4 tonight. 12 stolen bases by the Padres. 5 tonight. The Rockies not getting a big hit. There goes Veras. Throw down. Double steal. Here comes the throw home. High and wide from Abbott. Double steal works to perfection for the Padres. And they literally steal a run. All this without benefit of a hit. An error and a hit batsman.
That's what speed will do for you. Blanco's throw on the money here. Abbott sees the runner going, but the ball just tails away as it approaches home plate. You can look at Flannery sending Jackson the minute the release, and on the way there, then a slide at the plate. When it's going bad, it goes worse.
Yep, a good throw would have had it. Line drive, base hit. Veras going to be held. Owens comes through with a hit. Stopping at third, Veras.
Now you get right back into the same situation that you were in. Owens with 15 stolen bases. Gilvio Veras with 10 stolen bases, and they're at the corners.
Now tying a club record. We're in the 6th inning. A double steal, 3 stolen bases this inning. 2 by Jackson, 1 by Veras. And I think Owens is going to run again at some point in the count. 7-3. Just 1 out here in the 6th inning. Could be 2. There's 1. And no, not at first. Sanders beats it out, and Veras able to score. Sanders really flew down the line, and he got the Padres another run with his hustle.
Right out of the box. He knows with runners at the corner, he's got to go hard, and he does. Hard, and beats it right at the bag, and that's another run scored for the Padres. Boy, speed has made a major difference in this ball game tonight.
Yeah, it has. 7 stolen bases, hustling on the base paths. And you wonder, back in the 1st inning, even when Abbott couldn't make the exchange, knowing Owens was running from the plate and knowing how quick Eric Owens is, you wonder if that cost Abbott and caused him to think about how quick he had to make the exchange. Abbott made a good exchange there and a good pivot. It was just the athleticism and the speed of Reggie Sanders to beat it out at first. Here's Ruben Rivera batting for the first time. Strike to Rivera. Came in for defensive purposes. Batting here in Vanderwall's spot. Really the runs should not have scored here. That error by Castilla costly to the Rockies. There goes Sanders. And the Rockies finally catch someone trying to steal. Sanders looks like he might have pulled a hamstring. He's grabbing it down at second base. So Sanders out, and that'll do it for the Padres, but they get 2 more and lead 8-3.
Tigers, Yankees, Thursday at 7:30 on Fox Sports Net.
You're watching Rockies baseball on Fox Sports Net Rocky Mountain. We welcome you back to Qualcomm Stadium. Now, Bruce Bochy really likes his club this year, and why not? They're young, they're athletic, and they are fast. And Bochy telling us that he couldn't be more proud of this team. To have a 9-game streak says something about this club, a club that was buried, I mean buried in last place, hadn't won more than 2 straight all year, and are playing great baseball. And they're making the Rockies look a little bit silly here this weekend. Donnie Wall to Nathy Perez. And Perez lifts it out to Rivera. He's got it. 1 out in the 7th inning. Donnie Wall taking over for Woody Williams.
Well, Wall's going to come on. Good fastball. He's an innings eater out of the bullpen, with Maselli having a stiff bicep right now. He is not available. 4-1 with a 281 earned run average. 24 ball games for Donnie Wall.
You made a very accurate statement, George, when you said that speed has made a huge difference in this game. It has in this game, and it has in this series. Jim Leyland knows it. Leyland was talking about the Padres the other day. A high chopper from Walker. He'll try to beat it out. Throw it first. Got him. Walker thought he beat it out. Bruce Fremming rings him up at first base, and I kind of agree with Walker.
Well, we'll look again at it right now. Quick flip over. Get it again.
No, that's close. Tie, maybe. I say tie goes the runner.
Look at it right here. Ball's not there. It's not there. It's there. That held him safe. Anytime you can still see the glove wide open, tells you something. He hasn't caught the ball yet. Walk up the line hard.
Well, Bichette has just hit another home run. He drills it into the left field bleachers for Bichette. Home run number 15. And now they'll encourage the fan to throw it back. That makes it 8-4. And the fan does throw it back. So Bichette, with yet another home run, is second of the series.
Jumps on the very first pitch, down and in. Dante dropped the head looking heat. He got it, and he launched it.
And now Walker out at first base. That's a big play now for the Rockies. It really could be 8-5. Get back within 3 again.
Changes the whole complexion. That's the game of inches.
And now Castilla tags one to deep right center field. And that one off the wall. Castilla racing into second with a double. They're teeing off on Donnie Wall right now as Vinny hits it to the wall.
You can tell Vinny getting locked in. The 2 home runs last night, and then now this. The line drive to right center field, really keeping the front shoulder closed, driving it, the bat speed where it should be. And they're all fastballs. Smitty back out to talk to Donnie Wall right now to try to calm him down a little bit. Throwing a lot of first pitch fastballs, and he's paying the price.
Well, Dave Smith done talking with Donnie Wall, and we invite you to watch tomorrow's stars battle their way up through the ranks every Sunday on Sunday Night Fights. This week, 7 Mountain, 8 Central on Fox Sports Net, Rocky Mountain, Sunday night. Now Todd Helton as a footnote to the Bichette home run. The Rockies as a team have now hit home runs in 14 straight games, 24 total over that stretch. They have hit home runs in 24 of the last 25 games. The Rocky record set a couple of times home runs in 17 straight games. So the Rockies now just 3 shy of that mark. 2-0 to Helton. Popped up, but out of play. the 2 runs now in the 6th inning. Scored by the Padres loom large. And the error by Castilla to start that frame off. Every time the Padres have gotten their lead man aboard, they have scored in this ball game. Two to Helton. They say the Bichette home run traveled 389 feet. You know one thing, it got out of here in a hurry. Almost hit him. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
That's where Todd had committed himself to the outside corner, dove to the outside corner and tried to drive the baseball.
See, Wall wants to make sure with this 3-2 pitch. I don't think he'll give in. You don't want to start walking guys with a 4-run lead, but you do have Abbott in the on-deck circle. Abbott swings from the right side. The 3-2 pitch, he didn't give in. Instead, he threw a great curveball to strike him out. So the Padres still lead, and now for a look at what's ahead on Fox Sports News after the game. Let's go to the Fox Network Center.
It's 7th inning stretch time.
Well, Dante Bichette with a home run. Pulled the Rockies back within 4 again, but time running out on the Rockies. Earlier on the pregame show, we answered a Merrill Lynch email question. If you have a baseball-related question you would like answered on the show, email us at this address. Include your name and hometown. If we use it on the show, you'll receive a free personal financial plan from Merrill Lynch, the Financial Foundation. Well, Rivera was at the plate when Sanders gunned down by Henry Blanco to end the 6th inning. Thought Sanders might have pulled a hamstring. He was grabbing the back of his leg like guys normally do when they pull a hamstring, but discovered that it wasn't that. It was just that he ripped his pants. Strike 1 to Rivera. Now 4 errors by the Rockies here tonight. You normally don't survive games when you commit 4 errors.
You know, you look back at the ball game so far through 6.5 innings, Dave. They've out-hit the Padres 10-9. They've left 8 men on base. The Padres just 4. 4 errors play huge into the ball game.
The 1-2 pitch way outside. Hey, join the Rockies Saturday, July 3rd. Annual fireworks show courtesy of King Soopers and Coca-Cola. It starts at 6:05 now. It's a split doubleheader with the Padres. Rock pile tickets will be available that day. Go on sale 2.5 hours prior to game time at the Rock pile ticket office at Gate A. Right off the end of the bat, foul by Rivera, and it's still 2-2.
Dipoto did his job in the last inning. Got some ground balls hit. Ground balls that should have been caught. And this is more of a boost to Dipoto if he can get through this inning. Realize that he's healthy and able to pitch.
There's room. Nope. Back up about 10 rows behind the plate.
Dipoto set that up so well with sliders away in the strike zone and then just threw the heat right by him. 92 miles an hour on the outside half.
So now Dipoto will go after Wally Joyner. Joyner, the veteran, just off the DL for this series. Today, Joyner 1 for 2, walked intentionally and scored his last time up. He signed a new 2-year deal with the Padres after last season. Longtime friends and former teammates at Brigham Young. Kevin Towers, the GM of the Padres. Joyner met his wife Leslie there at BYU. She was a gymnast for Brigham Young. They have 3 daughters who are all into horses. Equestrian. Out of play, a ball and 2 strikes. Joyner says the thing about hitting for him is to know the strike zone. He said that doesn't change much. If you know the strike zone, it really can help you be a more effective hitter. So a lot of guys that are not good hitters don't know the strike zone very well, and they get themselves out a lot.
He was able to come up around some pretty good hitters. Spend time with them. Rod Carew in California, and then you listen to guys talk, and that's one thing you hear good hitters talk about. I was fortunate enough to be around Ted Simmons, Keith Hernandez, guys that could swing the bat a little bit, Lou Piniella. And they would always talking about knowing your own strike zone and pick that zone. If it's not in the zone, tuck your bat away. Don't swing at it. You're focused on that side. So many hitters today try to have so much plate coverage versus just trying to pick a zone and then wear that zone out. Because major league pitchers do make mistakes, and if you're getting 4 and 5 at bats a ball game, I guarantee you if the guy throws it right on the outside corner, 5 trips to the plate, and you're geared inside, and he gets you out, you tip your hat to him. It's not going to happen that often. Good hitters aren't able to adjust, though, the way pitchers pitch to them. One of the best I've ever seen at fighting off a lot of pitches, Wade Boggs. To work the count to his favor. George Brett was very good at it. Dante Bichette on the Rockies is very good at it. You work that count to the hitter's favor, and you hit your pitch, not the pitcher's pitch.
One out to Helton. Let's flip it to Dipoto. 2 gone here in the 7th.
That's a great job by Jerry Dipoto, because he fed him so many pitches on the inside half of the plate, a lot of sliders and fastballs, and Wally kept fighting them off. Then he finally went away, and he got a weak swing out of Joyner and a ground ball out. Well, his crowd's really accepted this kid, haven't they?
Yeah, they have.
Davis. 2 hits in his big league career, 2 for 11. He's all the way up to 182 now.
His average rose 82 points with that last double. That factors into this game in a big way. Rockies, and I think rightfully so, choosing to pitch around Joyner to get to Davis. And they produced a double that was almost a home run down the right field line that scored 2.
If there's one position on a ball club when they come up that's the toughest for a rookie, that is catching, because not only do you have to learn your pitchers and what they want to do in situations, but the opposition, their hitters. The hitting is thought of secondarily.
And I think what will help Ben Davis, the fact that his manager, Bruce Bochy, a former catcher and a former catcher here. almost got it. Helton doesn't cover. Now he does, but he's safe. Man, this is just downright ugly. Helton went over to get it. Dipoto got it easily, and Helton couldn't find the bag in time.
Well, as a first baseman, you try to make the commitment to go get the baseball. That's where communication becomes a part of it. Where Dipoto either yells, "I've got it." That clears the way. He looks up, nobody at home, then Dipoto takes off. The quick flip over to Helton. Misses the bag apparently with his foot because Bruce Sprimming calls him. Safe on the play. Helton there in plenty of time ahead of Davis. The only thing could be, I would say, he didn't get there with his foot to the bag.
Well, an error on Helton, his second of the game, and similar plays. He's steaming over at first base. 5 errors in the game for the Rockies. In case you're wondering about errors in a game for the Rockies and what the record is, they have 5 right now. Well, they now have 4. I can't follow this official score, folks. I have no clue. I mean, he changes his mind a whole lot more than Vanna White changes letters on the Wheel of Fortune. What's going on? He has now taken away the error and given a hit to Ben Davis. Whatever. Anyway, the Rockies' record for errors in a game is 6, set in '96 in Houston. Two balls, 2 strikes to George Arias. Take that error away, I guess you got to take the other one away too, right? When he missed first base in the first. Go on, Arias. So Dipoto works around the single by Davis. We go to the 8th. Still 8-4 Padres. Well, we go to the 8th inning. The Padres lead by 4 tomorrow on Fox Sports Net Rocky Mountain. Start with Fox Sports News tonight at 6. Our pregame coverage of the Rockies and the Giants starts at 7:30, and then the game following. And then Fox Sports News prime time at 11 after the game. Kurt Abbott to lead off the 8th inning. Jeff Reed has moved into the on-deck circle to bat for Blanco. 2 strikes on Abbott, who is 1 for 2 with a walk. In-game box score, everybody with the hit except Blanco and Perez.
Well, Perez had a hit for a couple innings.
He should have a hit. He's still shaking his head. I don't think about that, but he should have a hit. And he should definitely have an RBI.
Well,
even if he doesn't have a hit, he's got an RBI.
The bench very frustrated right now. This is not the way they wanted things to go. And I've been on a bench when things have gone this way as a player, and it's not any fun at all. You try to battle through it and look for ways to do things. This is a good fielding ball club. To have 4 errors in one ball game is not something they do well. The bench is upset with their efforts, as well as Jim Leyland. And this is not the way the plan was drawn out when they got on the airplane in Denver.
Not at all. Boy, feeling good after that charity softball game. Looking forward to coming on this road trip. Taking on the West. But San Diego, unfortunately for the Rockies, the hottest team in the National League, and they've stayed hot and taken advantage of all the errors and mental miscues by the Rockies in this series. Plus, the Padres really just playing good fundamental baseball and utilizing their team speed and really hurting the Rockies with that speed. So Reed batting for Blanco. Stolen bases by the Padres tonight. You can't blame all of them on Blanco. Swing and a miss. 3 straight strikeouts for Donnie Wall. So what's on tap? Gut check time certainly for the Rockies as we head to San Francisco. Brought to you by Budweiser. First 2 games of the series of the Giants on Fox Sports Net Rocky Mountain. Our coverage beginning at 7:30 both nights. And then back home to take on these Padres at Coors Field. And the 3 games of that series, 3 of the 4 will be on Denver's WB2. We will not televise the makeup game, the Saturday day game of that series. Angel Echeverria batting for Dipoto. And 2 quick strikes on Echeverria. Wall, since the double by Castillo, struck out 3 in a row and way ahead of Echeverria. Poked into right, though. Angel has a hit. A pinch single by Echeverria to extend the frame.
Darrell Hamilton.
And now Darrell Hamilton. Hamilton with 2 hits here tonight. Lead triple by Darrell in the first inning. He was able to score on a sac fly by Walker, but Rockies then committed 3 errors in the bottom of the first. Padres able to tie it up. Padres got another in the third. Rockies tied in the top of the 5th. Then the Padres blew it open with 4 in the bottom of the 5th. Gives it a ride to right center field. Rivera going back, and he's there to make the grab. So that'll do it for the Rockies in the 8th. Still 8-4 San Diego. Colorado Rockies baseball on Fox Sports Net Rocky Mountain, brought to you by your Front Range Jeep dealers. By Hertz Local Edition, neighborhood locations with low rates. And by Coors Light, frost brewed to capture a cold, refreshing taste. Mix them up wherever you buy beer and tap the Rockies. Now Jeff Reed comes into the game. After he pinch hit for Blanco, he'll stay in and he'll catch David Lee, who's just recently recalled from AAA Colorado Springs, taking over in the bullpen. So David Lee will pitch the 8th.
Yeah, and Dipoto did a pretty good job. 2 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 0 walks, 2 strikeouts. He hit a batter and had a wild pitch. David Lee coming on to pitch now. Yeah, he pitched pretty good for a while for the Rockies. Went down to AAA, tried to get straightened out down there and gained some confidence in throwing a slider for strikes. It's one thing Jim Leland wanted to see from David Lee. Said for a while, till you get around this league twice, you're going to jam people with the fastball he had. But he wanted him to go down and make sure he could get that slider in the strike zone.
Ball 1 to Damian Jackson, who has just 1 hit in the game, but boy, has he been a factor. 3 stolen bases, including a steal of home on a double steal. Unless the Rockies can make a great comeback in the 9th and they send up Perez, Walker, and Bichette, they will fall 4 under the 500 mark and 7 back of the Diamondbacks and fall behind San Diego. The Padres, they win their 10th straight here tonight, will leapfrog the Dodgers yesterday and the Rockies here tonight. And moved from last place all the way up to 3rd in the West. I still think it's going down to September.
Well, I think it's going to go out, Dave. I truly believe that as this division stays tight, and obviously the Central tight now too with Houston and Cincinnati, and things tightening up in the East, you're going to see a major move sometime before July 31st by someone in the West to benefit them, probably in the pitching staff area more so than in an everyday player. And whoever is able to make that trade, that's the team I think that will benefit the most and have the best shot at winning the West.
3 balls, 2 strikes to Jackson. That's a lead walk.
For the Padres, batting for the pitcher wall, number 23, Bill Nevin.
Well, pinch hitter for Donnie Wall. As Phil Nevin steps up. Nevin has been tough on the Rockies, hitting .500 in his career against Colorado. Running again. That's the 8th stolen base. Well, that's a new Padre record, 8 stolen bases in a game. 4 of them by this guy, Damian Jackson. Up, but out of play.
When you're a young pitcher and you come to the big leagues, you look for an opportunity to show your manager what you can do. This is an opportunity with not a lot of pressure. You're trailing by 4 runs. The last thing Lee wanted to do was walk the leadoff man.
But Bichette backs up a few steps to make the catch. Jackson retreats to second. 8 stolen bases by the Padres. Their previous record 7, set against Montreal way back in 1984, the year they went to the World Series against the Tigers. Now Kilby Olveras. Padres have been efficient. They have stranded only 5 tonight. Rockies have not been efficient. They have 4 errors and have stranded 9. Maybe I'm wrong, but up by 4, and you're still in 3rd.
Well, taking advantage of the young pitcher with a big windup and the high leg kick. Jackson gets a huge jump. Makes it very difficult for Jeff Reed to even have a chance to throw him out at 3rd base. You trail by 4. You'd like to get the 1 more run in so the grand slam doesn't tie it.
Tap to Lee. He'll tag Veras, and not coming on contact this time, Jackson.
Yeah, that's surprising. The ball hit to the right side. If he's moving on contact as they were earlier, I think it would have been a tough play. Maybe he's out of breath from stealing so many bases.
5 tonight.
Stolen bases in a game, 5. Alan Wiggins, the first to do it in '84. Tony Gwynn also stole 5 bases in a game once in '86 in Houston. So Damian Jackson has now tied Wiggins and Gwynn in the record book for the Padres with 5 stolen bases in one game. Rocky record is 6, set by Eric Young, in a game in which the Rockies stole 10 bases against Los Angeles when they won 16-15. One ball, one strike, 2 out. Eric Owens with 2 hits here tonight. With fastball, a ball and 2 strikes to Owens. Texas has defeated Anaheim 9-1. Juan Gonzalez hit a home run in that one, his 22nd. Into right center field. Walker, though, there to make the grab. The stolen bases and the walk do not cost David Lee and the Rockies. We head to the 9th, still 8-4 Padres. Now we come back to Qualcomm Stadium for the 9th inning with the Rockies trail by 4, 8-4. 6 lucky Rocky fans who win a pair of tickets to a catered suite at Coors Field. Compliments of Fox Sports Net Rocky Mountain and MSN Sidewalk Denver. Watch the game in style. Rockies take on the Dodgers July the 6th. Enter to win tickets to these great seats online at foxsports.com. Will Cunane coming on now to pitch in the 9th inning against Perez, Walker, and Bichette.
Cunane pitched a very good inning back at a ball game where the Rockies lost in the 2nd game of the series. Threw an inning, gave up a hit. No runs. We'll try to close it out in the 9th.
Little flare to shallow center, and Perez safe with a lead single. Nafy Perez helps set the table.
Right fielder Larry Walker.
Now Larry Walker. Way outside to Walker. Walker with a single in the 3rd to extend his hitting streak to 13 games. Hits it hard to center field. Rivera going back. He's looking up and it's gone. Larry Walker's hit a home run, his 20th of the year, and the Rockies have pulled it within 2. A single and a home run, and the Rockies have life in the 9th. So Larry Walker with his 20th home run of the year, and he now has more runs batted in this year than last.
Yeah, this happened in a hurry, too. The base hit by Perez. 4 pitches total for Cunane. 2 of them have been hits, the biggest by Walker. Oh, what a year you're having, Larry. 20 home runs, 68 RBIs.
So the Rockies have life here in the 9th inning. Can they come all the way back and survive a game in which they have committed 4 errors? Bochy doesn't seem too concerned at the moment. Well, now he does. And he's got to wonder about Trevor Hoffman, who's warming in the pen. Bochy's going out, the slow walk to go get Canane. And I would expect Hoffman to enter the fray here with the Rockies pulled to within 2.
Well, the last thing he wanted to do was bring Hoffman into this ball game, and Canane trying to give him the baseball. He's upset, frustrated right now, and he was trying to buy a little time to let Hoffman get loose. That decision made, 2 runs, turn it over to one of the best in baseball.
Here comes Hoffman. Now coming up right after our game here in San Diego, Fox Sports News prime time. They'll have highlights of the Braves Expos game. Also, Kevin Kennedy will go into the Fox scope and examine something up close in baseball. And Agassi in action at Wimbledon on grass. Right after the game, Fox Sports News prime time. Well, as they say here in San Diego, it's Trevor time. Trevor Hoffman.
Well,
Rockies have life.
He just gives you the look, the attitude. 53 out of 54 chances last year in a save situation. Hoffman will try to close the door now with nobody out, and the Rockies trailing by 2.
Bichette trying to bunt his way aboard, but it's a foul ball. Dante hit a home run his last time up. Hoffman with 6 saves during this 9-game win streak for the Padres. He has not allowed an earned run in his last 12 times out. Fastball inside, 1-1. Play, 1 ball, 2 strikes. See 18 saves this year, including 1 yesterday.
You wonder how his arm will hold up. 8 out of the last 10 ball games he's pitched in it.
Bichette gives it a ride to deep left field, and this one's gone. Dante Bichette has hit his 2nd home run of the game, and the Rockies are within 1. Home runs by Walker and Bichette, and the Rockies definitely have life. Still nobody out, and the Rockies are within 1, 8-7.
Number 9, third baseman, Vinny Castillo.
Well, you got a great opportunity now with Castillo, who has been red hot. 2 home runs last night and a double. Dante gets the heat, the hands, and it's gone.
Now Castillo.
After the base hits last night off of Hoffman, what did he go to? The slider and the split finger. See if he jumps back on those 2 pitches again. He knows Castillo, a very, very good fastball hitter.
Foul back by Castillo. Another off-speed pitch. 2 strikes on Vinny. Now the Rockies get a single from Perez, a home run from Walker. Both those off Will Canane. Now Bichette greets Hoffman with a home run, and the Rockies within 1. High pop up. Looks like it's in play. Joyner, 1 out. I'll say this too about the Rockies. They've had a lot of chances in this game with 4 errors to just give in, but they haven't. You've got to like their tenacity. You've got to like their courage. I know there'll be some back home who say, well, that's just the Rocky announcer saying good things about his club.
But you do have to admire their courage here in the 9th inning to try to climb off the deck.
Well, they came back at it hard and just kept pecking away. And you look back through this ball game, there's a number of ways that they probably should have won this ball game 7-3. But that's not the case, but they didn't give it up. They came back at them hard, too.
They still may not win this game, may not even tie it here in the 9th inning. But again, you just have to like the fact that they came out in the 9th swinging. They didn't just cave in and hop on a plane and head to San Francisco. Helton with a single tonight in 4th bats. High pop-up. This should be caught. Out goes Jackson. 2 out. So it's up to Abbott. Abbott 1 for 3 with a walk. Hot shot, Veras. He's got it, and that'll do it. Boy, Abbott hustled up the line. But Hoffman closes it down for save number 19. Boy, the Rockies made a valiant effort again. For the 2nd straight day, though, their comeback falls a little shy. And the Padres complete the 4-game sweep of the Rockies by winning this one 8-7. Damian Jackson, a Coors Light player of the game.
Now 1 for 3, but the 5 steals were the biggest thing that disrupted the Rockies. They ran wild tonight. Not all of it is Blanco and Reed's fault either. As a pitcher, you've got to hold them on and give your catcher that opportunity to throw somebody out.
And Ben Davis comes up with a key hit. And the Padres have now won 10 in a row and have moved past